Welcome back, it's me, Lou. I'm here for another unboxing and review. Today from Jazwares, in their Star Wars Micro Galaxy Squadron collection, we are featuring the Phantom 1 and the Phantom 2. Okay, so I thought it'd be fun to do a side-by-side comparison of both vehicles. Today is February 16, 2025. These awesome toys came out last year, and they were made to accompany the Ghost vehicle. The Phantom 1 here was from Series 6, and then the Phantom 2 is from Series 7. Both toys include extra figures. With the original Phantom, you get Ezra and Chopper, which you can see right there. And then with the Phantom 2, you receive Kanan and Chopper. And you'll notice the Kanan here is the blind Kanan with the mask. These are both awesome toys, and I've been so wanting to check these out and see how they fare next to one another, but also how well they plug it into the Ghost spaceship. And yeah, this is pretty neat. Alright, so on the back of the box for the Phantom 1, a nice profile shot here and a nice overhead view of the vehicle. And of course, you could cut out this small little trading card. And here are the instructions. It looks like you could plug Chopper into the back. And then the vehicle, of course, plugs onto the top of the Ghost, as seen in the cartoon. Looking at this carefully, it also appears that you can remove the roof of the back section, and then the wings fold. For the Phantom 2, again, a nice profile shot and overhead view of the vehicle, and you can, of course, cut out the card. Chopper plugs into the side of the cockpit, as you can see right there. Or if you want, you can open up the top fin of the Phantom 2 and then plug in Chopper into the interior. And much like the Phantom 1, this also plugs into the top of the Ghost spaceship if you have that. Alright, so we have both vehicles out of the boxes and still in their trays. First impressions. The Phantom 1 looks great. I love the weathering and the detail on the ship. It gives it a much worn, distressed look. Here you can see you got place Ezra into the cockpit. And of course you get the really small micro figures right there. The Phantom 2 looks incredible. For those fans of the show, you'll remember when they replaced the original Phantom 1 with the Phantom 2. The Phantom 2 is one of those Trade Federation droid shuttles. And here are the microfigs. You have the blind masked Kanan figure and of course Chopper. Alright, so these figures are so incredibly tiny. I mean, it is called the Micro Galaxy Collection. But this, these are things that, like, once you drop them, you're going to lose them to the carpet. And they are so tiny. But they look awesome. It looks like both Chopper figures might be identical, I think. I don't think there's any difference with the Chopper figures. And Ezra and Kanan, you can see Kanan's much taller than Ezra, as he should be. And let me set these aside and take out the shuttlecrafts. Alright, just give me a moment. The Phantom 2 is like really stuck in its tray. Let's see if we can cut it out. Alright, so we have both vehicles here. And much like the name implies, these really are micro. The Phantom 1 looks awesome. Unfortunately, the barrels on my blaster are kind of warped from being in the tray. You know, they should really be straight, but you can see they're kind of bent. But you can easily remedy this. Just soak this in hot water and you can reshape them. In terms of the size of this guy, this one is about 6 inches from the rear of the engine to the tip of the blaster. The Phantom 2, on the other hand, is a little bit smaller, coming in at about 4 3/4 inches. Here is the Imperial Troop Transport, just to give you an idea of how it scales next to another vehicle. So you can see good scale on these. And then here's the Phantom 2. And then here are the vehicles next to each other, just to give you an idea. Examining the Phantom 1 up close. Again, you'll notice all the detailing. You know, there's some ink washing applied, just to like really bring out the recesses and details. You know, all the panel scribes are just brought out a little bit more. A nice metallic finish on the engines in the back. And then here's the underside of the vehicle. And then the wings do fold out. How do we do that? There you go. You're going to reach underneath the wings and just kind of pull it out. And then they fold just like they do in the television show. You'll notice there's a joint right there and then a joint underneath. And then the instructions made a point that you can remove the top. Oh, but also before we do that, here's the droid socket for Chopper. And you can easily plug them in. And once he's in, it's a pretty snug fit. He's not going to fall out. And how well could you remove him? Oh, it's kind of stuck now. Just give me a moment. Let's see if I could pull him out. Wow, he's really in there now. Okay. All right, I think I'm just gonna leave him in there for now. I wanted to see if it was easy to remove him, but he's kind of stuck. Give me a moment. Let me grab some tweezers. See if I get a better grip on him. There you go. Yeah, my big concern is whether or not, like, trying to force him out, if you're gonna snap that little peg on the inside, because it's a pretty snug fit. All right, let's just leave him in there for now. And let's do the same with the other, with the Phantom 2 over here. So the Phantom 2, the droid socket's on this side, and then again, you can easily plug Chopper into it. And then once he's in there, he's not coming out. Yeah, it's a really snug fit. And then on this vehicle, you can open up the top. And then this gives you access to the inside of the toy. You can see there's some nice detailing on the interior walls of the vehicle. There's a little clip here, which I'm assuming you attach a figure to. Again, there's another peg here if you want to put Chopper on the inside of the vehicle. And you can see there's, like, I think a panel or a seat on the inside. And then the cockpit opens here. Like this. And then you can deposit Ezra into the pilot seat. Just like that. And then you can close this down. And that's the Phantom 1. All right, let's take a look at the Phantom 2. So for the Phantom 2, you can remove that top also. If I'm doing this correctly, give me a moment. Wow, this is... Just give me a second. I'm gonna grab the instructions real quick. Alright, this is the Phantom 1. Where's the other box? Alright, so the Phantom 2, alright, so it looks like you just yank it off. Let me see if I can do that. Alright, there's also a ramp that folds out. Excuse me, but I can't seem to get this off. All right. Excuse me, I'm just kind of trying to figure this out. This will not come off. All right, I'm going to pause the video for a second, and then I'll come back with the top off. Just give me a moment. All right, I'm back. I managed to get the top fin removed from the vehicle, and the problem was that there's two sets of tabs, one set on each side, and the front tabs have no problem unplugging. It's these rear tabs which are really, really stubborn, and it's so difficult to remove them from those two rear sockets. So you kind of have to find the sweet spot in terms of the angle, and then, you know, with a little bit of force, you're able to pull them out. But just be a little bit careful. You don't want to put too much force, and you don't want to rock it side to side, because if you do, there's the probability that you might snap the little tabs. But it's cool. You know, on the inside, it's actually well detailed as well. And then on the interior, you can see the seating for the passengers. And then there's a clip, so you can have one passenger standing. And if you have the ramp, which opens and closes. And then there's also the landing gears on the side, which they're supposed to fold out like this. Yeah, so they're the landing gears. And then they're also on the front of the vehicle as well. And then to deposit Ezra or Kanan, there's a small tab towards the back of the cockpit, and you lift it up, and then this goes forward. And then you can see the interior. It's a two-seater, which is nice, as opposed to the Phantom 1, which is only a one-seater in the front. And then you can deposit Kanan into one of the pilot seats. If I could get him in there. It's kind of a snug fit, but there you go. It looks really awesome. So if you have the Ghost or any other vehicle that came with figures, you know, you can easily deposit them into the co-pilot seat. And then you can close this down. Right, so as much as I love the Micro Galaxy Squadron collection, it's like some of these vehicles, the tolerances are very tight. So some of these joints are very stubborn. And this does not want to close. There we go. Come on, snap in. And let's reattach the top again. Again, like I mentioned, just be careful with these tabs on the side. And then you want to align it correctly, and then just pop it in. For me, I'm not sure if I'm going to press this all the way in because it's such a pain in the butt to get out. So I'm just going to kind of put it halfway through. So if I need to remove it later, it'll be much easier. There we go. I'm just going to put it on. And then we have the Phantom 2. So now the thing is, how do these plug into the Ghost vehicle? Let's grab the Ghost real quick. Right here is the Ghost. Awesome, awesome toy. If you have the Amazon exclusive one, that came with, I think, with the 2 Y-Wings and the Phantom 1. But if you were like me and just bought this thing solo, you know, it was missing a vehicle back here. So here's the Phantom 1, and let's plug them in. You'll notice there's small little sockets toward the back, and you're going to match that up to the pegs right here. And you just simply align it, and they should just plug right in. There you go. It kind of snaps into place. There's these tiny clips that hold it onto the vehicle. And as you can see, it's not going to fall out. And that's the Phantom 1. And let's attach the Phantom 2. Alright, so now this thing does not want to come out. Alright, there you go. So the clips I was talking about are right here. You'll notice the clips here. These hold the vehicle onto the top of the Ghost. For the Phantom 2, you want to make sure that the landing gears, which we see here, are all tucked away onto the underneath the belly of the vehicle. And again, you have these small little tabs that you're going to align with those, and then simply plug it in. And this one does not snap. Why doesn't this one snap into place? Oh, okay. Yeah, so before you plug it in, underneath this, there are these 2 little hook, kind of like they hook into the clips. Make sure these are extended. And they'll allow you to plug the vehicle in for a nice snug fit. My only complaint is I kind of wish the connection was a little bit more snug, because I believe in the TV show there isn't this large gap. I think in the show this plugs in all the way, whereas in the case with this toy, you know, that's not the case. But it's still really, really cool, you know. And then pulling it out is just as easy. So in terms of like which vehicle I prefer, I think the Phantom 1 has a much lower profile, so it doesn't stick out as much. But again, you know, this one's kind of gappy as well. But it's just nice that, you know, that the toys are modular and you can plug in either vehicle. And it's a very tight fit for the clips. The clips do not want to remove that easily. For me, I'm probably going to keep the Phantom 2 on here. I'm a little bit more partial to the droid shuttle than the original vehicle. Alright, so this pretty much concludes our review. I apologize if this video is a little bit slow. What I should have done was taken the toys out of the box and familiarize myself with them first. but you know, you live and you learn. Either way, both great additions to complement the Ghost. So if you did not purchase the Amazon exclusive one, you know, you have your options here on which vehicle you want. But I think they're both excellent. You're not going to be disappointed with either one. Yeah, this is such a great line of toys. Alright, so let's wrap this one up. Once again, my name is Lou. If you're new to my channel, welcome. If you are a returning viewer or subscriber, thank you so much for your continued support. I greatly appreciate it. So until the next video, be safe, take care of yourself, buy lots of toys, and most importantly, be happy. And I'll see you at the next one. Alright, later.